beneath the golden glow of the American sun, on shimmering waters that stretch endlessly toward the horizon, there exists a world most people will never touch, a world reserved for the elite few who live not just in wealth, but in unrestrained opulence. This is the world of luxury yachts in America, floating kingdoms where power, prestige, and pleasure converge in a spectacle unlike anything else on Earth. Imagine a vessel that is not merely a boat, but a palace sculpted to glide across oceans. Its hull is a fortress of steel and elegance, slicing effortlessly through turquoise waters. Its decks gleam under the light, polished to perfection, crafted from exotic teak that whispers stories of distant forests. And when you step aboard, the very air changes. The scent of the sea mingles with subtle hints of leather, fine wood, and champagne, a sensory symphony reserved for the few who can call such a marvel their own. In America, luxury yachts have become more than just a pastime. They are the ultimate badge of wealth, a declaration of supremacy among billionaires. To own one is to transcend land-based luxury, to carry your empire upon the waves. These are not mere vessels. They are private resorts, complete with helipads, infinity pools, cinemas, spas, and even submarines. Every detail is designed to broadcast a single message. Here lives someone who has not only conquered the world, but now commands the seas. The rise of this culture is nowhere more visible than in Miami, New York, and California. Miami, with its Art Deco skyline and turquoise bays, has become the beating heart of America's yachting scene. New York, where billionaires dock their vessels along the Hudson, transforms its rivers into stages of power. And California, with its rugged Pacific coastline, is a playground for the rich to unveil their sea-bound palaces. Together, these cities form the holy trinity of American yachting culture, each harbor glittering with vessels worth more than skyscrapers. Step for a moment into the world of a billionaire's yacht. The journey begins at the gangway, where the gleaming surface of polished steel reflects your every movement. A staff of perfectly trained crew awaits, their uniforms pressed, their smiles discreet yet welcoming. As your feet touch the deck, the teak beneath feels warm, alive, as though it remembers the countless voyages it has carried. The sea stretches out endlessly, but here, surrounded by perfection, it feels like you control it. Inside, the transition is breathtaking. You are no longer on a yacht. You are inside a mansion that floats. Crystal chandeliers sparkle from above, scattering light across handcrafted marble floors. Walls are adorned with rare artworks collected from every corner of the globe. Italian leather, silk drapes, and gold accents blend seamlessly with cutting-edge technology. A gentle hum of hidden engines is the only reminder that this world of excess is not fixed in place but forever drifting with the tides. The scale is staggering. Some of these yachts stretch beyond 300 feet, longer than a football field, towering above the sea like castles of glass and steel. Their construction costs often soar into the hundreds of millions. And that is just the beginning. Maintenance, staff, docking fees, and upgrades can run into tens of millions each year. But for America's wealthiest, this is not expense. It is investment, prestige, and the purest form of indulgence. For them, a yacht is more than transportation. It is freedom without borders. No land, no city, no nation defines you when your home can move at will across oceans. At sunrise, you might sip champagne off the coast of Miami. By nightfall, dine under the stars near the Bahamas. Tomorrow, perhaps, you'll anchor in New York, your yacht's silhouette casting shadows across the skyline of Wall Street itself. In this secretive realm, yachts are the language of power. At exclusive marinas, each vessel tells a story, not of where its owner has been, but of how far they've risen. To walk these docks is to step into a silent competition of scale, design, and luxury. Who has the longer deck? The more advanced technology? The rarest materials? Among America's ultra-rich, this is the quiet war waged not with words, but with steel, glass, and ocean-bound palaces. Every surface whispers of excess. The handrails are cool steel, crafted to perfection. The lounges invite you into cushions softer than clouds. Even the glass windows are not mere glass. They are engineered to resist storms, tinted to shield from prying eyes, yet polished so flawlessly they vanish into the ocean's reflection. Technology is woven seamlessly into the luxury. From voice-controlled lighting and climate systems to underwater viewing rooms where one can sip fine wine while watching dolphins glide beneath the waves. And yet, it is not only the design or the materials that captivate. It is the feeling, that rare, almost indescribable sense of stepping into a reality most people only dream of. The freedom to chart any course, to disappear into international waters, to own not just land or sky, but the seas themselves. It is a kingdom that moves, that bends to your will, offering experiences money cannot buy unless you already exist among the wealthiest of the wealthy. This is the allure of America's luxury yachts, a blend of engineering brilliance, aesthetic perfection, and unshakable status. They are not simply machines. They are dreams crystallized into steel and set afloat. And for those who have the means, they are the crown jewel of a life lived beyond ordinary limits. Step beyond the gleaming decks and into the inner sanctum of America's most extraordinary yachts, and you enter a world where imagination itself has been sculpted into marble, silk, and gold. These interiors are not merely designed. They are orchestrated like symphonies of luxury, tailored to the whims of billionaires who demand nothing short of perfection. Inside, the ordinary rules of space and comfort vanish. Picture a grand hallway lined with polished marble floors, veins of rare stone glowing softly under hidden LED lights. Sculptures rest in alcoves, each one a priceless artifact collected from distant corners of the world. Ahead lies a staircase, spiraling upward with balustrades of crystal, reflecting light like frozen waterfalls. Even the air feels different here, purified, scented with subtle notes of vanilla and sea salt, drifting gently as though carried by the ocean breeze itself. Private movie theaters sit deep within the heart of these vessels, soundproof chambers draped in velvet and equipped with screens larger than those in most cinemas on land. Reclining leather seats wait for their guests, each with a chilled compartment for champagne, each offering perfect sight lines. Here, the world's wealthiest can watch films long before their premieres, or even commission private screenings of their own productions. Above deck, infinity pools stretch toward the horizon, their glass edges merging with the endless blue of the sea. Swim here at sunset, and the water itself seems to dissolve into the sky, leaving you suspended between two worlds. Nearby, a spa awaits, where masseuses from the world's top resorts deliver treatments under candlelight while the waves lap gently against the hull. Hammams, saunas, and private treatment rooms ensure that every desire for relaxation is not just met, but exceeded. And then there are the dining halls, true temples of indulgence. Long tables set beneath gold-trimmed ceilings gleam under the sparkle of chandeliers. Fine china, custom-crafted cutlery, and crystal glasses are arranged with military precision. Michelin-starred chefs, flown in specifically for each voyage, prepare meals that are not just dishes but experiences, paired with wines drawn from cellars holding vintages older than the yachts themselves. For some owners, the yacht is a stage. These floating palaces are venues for parties unlike any other. Celebrations hidden from the public eye, yet whispered about across the globe. Imagine a night on the open sea. The deck transformed into a glowing ballroom, lined with silk canopies and golden lanterns. A live band plays as dancers move to rhythms that ripple through the waves. Celebrity chefs orchestrate courses under the stars, serving delicacies sourced from across continents. And when the night reaches its crescendo, fireworks erupt above the ocean, each burst reflecting in the water below, as though the sea itself joins the celebration. Some yachts go even further, designed not as vessels but as floating mansions, custom-built to embody the very identity of their owners. Every room tells a story. One may be a library lined with first editions, the scent of leather and parchment heavy in the air. Another may be a music lounge where a grand piano waits, its keys polished, its sound tuned to perfection, often played as the waves carry the melody into the night. Another may hold a private art gallery, walls alive with masterpieces that belong to museums but instead sail across oceans in private collections. These yachts are not copies of one another. Each is a fingerprint, unique, sculpted to the tastes and dreams of the billionaire who commissions it. Some are sleek, futuristic marvels of glass and steel, while others resemble gilded palaces, adorned with carved wood and shimmering gold. Some feature helipads for quick escapes to distant villas, while others hide submarines, ready to plunge their owners into the mysteries beneath the sea. A select few even carry miniature garages, where collections of supercars wait to roar across coastal roads the moment the yacht makes landfall. But beyond their extravagance lies their greatest promise, the experience of freedom. Picture this: sailing out of Miami's glistening harbor as the sun begins its descent. The city's skyline fades into a silhouette of glass towers, and ahead, the Caribbean opens like an endless jewel box of turquoise waters. In the lounge, a pianist plays softly, filling the air with timeless notes as glasses of vintage champagne clink gently in rhythm. Outside, the horizon melts into gold and crimson, a canvas painted by nature itself. And here you are, aboard a palace that floats, where every comfort of land is surpassed, and every moment feels suspended outside of time. It is a lifestyle that bends reality. A yacht does not merely transport, it transforms. Each voyage is not just a journey from one destination to another, but an immersion into a private universe where wealth buys not just things, but moments, rare, unrepeatable, eternal. From sunrise yoga on the sundeck as dolphins leap beside you, to midnight swims under starlit skies, to mornings spent sipping espresso while the world slowly wakes, life aboard these yachts is not lived. It is curated, sculpted into perfection. In the world of American luxury yachts, no two experiences are alike, yet all share the same intoxicating essence: exclusivity. To be aboard one is to step away from the world most people know and into one reserved for the rarest few. A sanctuary where the ocean is not a barrier but a playground, where wealth is not just measured in numbers but in horizons owned, moments captured, and oceans conquered. This is the allure of the interior life at sea, where steel and teak house not just luxury, but dreams, each wave carrying the promise of something more. And as the yacht sails deeper into the night, its lights glowing like a constellation upon the water, one truth remains. In America, there is no greater symbol of success, freedom, and fantasy than these floating palaces of the sea. Beyond the glittering interiors and ocean-bound parties lies an entire culture, a hidden world that thrives on exclusivity, prestige, and relentless ambition. Luxury yachts in America are not just vessels. They are the lifeblood of an industry that has grown into a multi-billion-dollar empire, one that stretches from the shipyards of Europe to the marinas of Miami, New York, and Los Angeles. Each year, yacht shows transform waterfronts into theaters of wealth. In Miami, the harbor swells with colossal hulls gleaming beneath the Florida sun, as brokers, designers, and billionaires descend to witness the latest creations. Here, the unveiling of a new yacht is treated like the launch of a spacecraft. Spotlights blazing, champagne breaking, cameras flashing. These are not just boats on display, but dreams carved from steel and glass, masterpieces born from years of design, engineering, and vision. At the heart of this culture are the yacht clubs, sanctuaries of exclusivity where only the most powerful are admitted. Behind their guarded gates and private marinas, deals are made, alliances forged, and rivalries stoked. To belong is not simply a matter of money. It is a rite of passage into the highest circles of society. Here, the language is not spoken aloud but displayed across the water. Who commands the longest deck, whose vessel carries the most extravagant amenities, who dares to redefine the limits of what a yacht can be. For America's billionaires, yachting is not just leisure, it is competition. Rivalries unfold not in boardrooms but across oceans, measured in length, innovation, and opulence. One magnate unveils a yacht with a 2-story spa and glass-bottomed pool. Another counters with a vessel boasting its own helipad fleet and underwater nightclub. Each launch raises the stakes, pushing the boundaries of design and extravagance further into the realm of fantasy. The price tags reflect this unrelenting pursuit of supremacy. Hundreds of millions are poured into these floating empires, with some pushing past $500 million before they ever touch the water. And yet, the cost is only the beginning. Annual upkeep runs into tens of millions, demanding armies of crew, engineers, chefs, and stewards. For most, the figures are unimaginable, but for the ultra-elite, they are simply the currency of power. Some of the most iconic American-owned yachts have become legends in their own right. Stories ripple through the industry of yachts that crossed oceans like migrating kingdoms, carrying their owners from Manhattan's skyline to the shores of St. Bart's, from California's Pacific cliffs to the untouched coves of the Mediterranean. These vessels have hosted world leaders, global icons, and private gatherings that shape industries and destinies alike. They have sailed through storms and sunsets, their journeys chronicled not in maps, but in whispered tales of those fortunate enough to step aboard. Every yacht tells a story. For one billionaire, it may be the fulfillment of a childhood dream, a symbol of triumph over adversity, now immortalized in steel. For another, it is a family legacy, a vessel destined to be passed down through generations, carrying not just wealth but history across the seas. And for many, it is simply the ultimate expression of freedom, the ability to chart any course, to vanish from the noise of the world, to awaken each day surrounded by nothing but the horizon. This is what sets the yachting lifestyle apart. It is not just about luxury, nor merely about excess. It is about command of time, of space, of destiny itself. On land, the wealthy live behind gates and glass towers. At sea, they live without borders. A yacht is not constrained by geography. It is a sovereign domain, a floating nation of one. And in that sovereignty lies its greatest power. The culture surrounding these yachts is both secretive and intoxicating. To the outside world, it is glimpsed only in rare flashes. Photographs from distant shores, news of record-breaking sales, whispers of billionaires hosting galas beneath foreign skies. But to those within, it is a fraternity of influence, where each yacht is a throne and each voyage a declaration. And yet, beneath the rivalry and spectacle, there is a deeper allure, the dream itself. To stand on the bow as the wind rushes past, to watch the horizon unfold with no end in sight, to know that the ocean itself bends to your will. This is more than wealth. It is transcendence. It is a life lived not by boundaries, but by horizons. Luxury yachts in America are not just boats. They are monuments. They are testaments to ambition, freedom, and the unrelenting pursuit of more. They embody the very spirit of the American dream. The idea that no limit is unbreakable, no horizon too distant, no desire too extravagant to be realized. And so, as the sun sets over the Atlantic, casting fire across the water and turning each wave into molten gold, these floating palaces drift silently toward the horizon. Their lights glow like stars upon the sea, each one a beacon of power, of freedom, of legacy. They remind us that beyond the ordinary world lies another, a world where dreams are not only imagined but built, launched, and set afloat. This is the world of luxury yachts in America. A world of breathtaking beauty, staggering power, and endless possibility. A world where the ocean is not a barrier, but the ultimate stage for those who dare to live without limits. And as you watch those lights disappear into the distance, one thought lingers. Perhaps one day, it will be you standing on the deck, the sea beneath your feet, the horizon ahead, and the entire world at your command.